Hello YouTube, let's talk about the great driving force behind anything creative, the muse. The muse can take place in all kinds of ways. It can be a personal story, it can be inspiration, someone you know. Some people like myself work off of mental images and let things flow from there. Other people use writing prompts. Now, there's all kinds of ways that you can really draw upon. No, what inspires you? Since myself, I use mental images. I'm going to discuss it a little bit more than others. I don't really use writing prompts, or some of those others may work for you. They don't work for me, but each author is going to work a little bit differently. So find what works for you and run with it. As for myself, I can only really relate my experiences, so I'm going to talk about that. Mental images. If you've watched my channel before, you know that my background, it's in art, graphics, illustration, so I'm a very visual thinker. We'll give a couple of examples here. My first book, The Bannerman's Blade. If you've seen this channel before, you may have heard me talking about that. But anyway, the actual image that got that started in my mind was the titular blade, the Bannerman's Blade. It's an odd curved blade. Has rings set into the back of the blade that a banner can be hung from, extendable handle. That is really where that all started out. One day, a few years ago, I just got the strong image in my mind of that sword. It was being carried by, I'd say, a different character than the one who ended up wielding it in the books. That part changed, but the blade stayed the same. And from that blade, I built around the characters who would interact with it, who would be part of that world. I fleshed them out from aspects of myself, aspects of other people I know to round that out, until I had characters that I felt were really true personal characters that all felt like people I would personally identify with. From there, I built the worlds up, and I let it all just kind of roam free in my head until it actually started fleshing out on its own. There were things happening in the story being told in my mind that I didn't really sit down and consciously think of. It just happened. I saw the ideas, I really liked them, and it made sense to me, so I put them down on the page. The other book I have out, Wanslinger Wiley's Merlin-esque Marvels and Mayhem Show. Yes, that title is a mouthful, but I enjoy it. That started out with pretty much imagery from your Clint Eastwood spaghetti western. Two guys staring each other down across a dusty street. They got the cowboy hats on, keeping the sun out of their eyes. They glare at each other. They watch each other for the slightest movement. But in my version, where they drew down, they were holding instead of pistols, they had magic wands with a pistol grip. Very 1850s style firearms, and just the idea appealed to me so much, I had to stop what I was doing and start working on that. So I built that out into a world where, staves or rifles, rods or shotguns, and all kinds of other fantasy and magic elements were pulled into the Wild West. And because I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go with that, I actually split that up into several short stories, worked together into an anthology compilation. And in this world, I also added in things like if the Vikings had made permanent settlements on the Great Lakes. So in there I have one story about a Viking village dealing with a problem with in Native American lore, the Wendigo. So that created a nice, fun horror story that I added into that world. But I also took those elements from that, like some of the Nords, and put them into other stories as characters, or maybe as things that other characters see, just to kind of make sure it all ties into that world. And that was how I built that up. It just started out with a single image in my mind of the wand slinging cowboy, the outlaw with the staff, and I let that feed itself, expand upon itself, and from there I had worked with other Western tropes, poker tournaments, and even a few things I added in myself that you don't really see, like chili cook-offs. and drew from all kinds of inspirations on that. So yeah, it started with the visual inspiration, but then I had other inspirations too from the works of like Louis L'Amour, Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry, Clint Eastwood, spaghetti westerns had a hand in it. Maverick, the movie with Mel Gibson, based off the James Garner TV show, had a hand in it. So while it did have an original source, because it was a short story anthology, I kind of did pull from other sources to help me build into that world. But that is how I work. May not be how you work. Some people, as I said earlier, like writing prompts. Someone gives you a sentence to expand on, and if you like that, that is awesome for you. So it's wherever you find this source of inspiration, run with it. Take it, whatever gets those sparks of your imagination going, and take that, mix it in with your passion, put it on the page. And that's all we really can do as writers, is take that inspiration and share it with everyone else. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, YouTube. Have a great day. BH Blankenship signing out. Alright, just kind of stopping to give a star some screen time, because can't have an unofficial spokesman if she doesn't make an appearance. So alright, Ostara, say goodbye to YouTube for now. Hello again, just a quick reminder that if you found this video helpful, informative, you want to watch more of them, I do have a subscribe button here. I have other videos you can watch. You can leave your comments below, share the video, any of that good stuff, and I will catch you next time. Have a good one.